What's there, tigers? Arr. So, this is your 6th new moon reading, and it's the solar eclipse. There's a lot of energy coming, so we're doing a Tesla trap reading. So, I will put a link in below for how the Tesla trap works, but I will be adding a web page once I've got to the end of all the readings, so you just have to have a bit of patience. And I'll try and explain, but we're setting up a frequency trap to explain why we get caught in something and how we're going to break through it with the solar eclipse. So we need the trap, 2 cards, we need the solution. Oh, you've got 2 for the solution. Now we're going to put down the cards of the molecules. So the way this works is we start with card number 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16, which you add together and make 7. 7 and 7 is 14, which you add together and make 5. 5 and 5 is 10. You're back to the beginning. So this is the molecule trap. 1, 2 and 4 being your internal work. 8, 7, 5 being your external work. And then we'll have a journey of how you get through it. So there's card number 1. Tigers. That's really interesting. Your internal energies are all external frequencies. That's going to be an interesting read. Oh, you've got so much external. Nearly all pentacles, tigers. Just need one at the bottom, card number 5. There we go. And now we need the solution journey. One, I want 3 for here. Oh, you're giving me 4 for here. But we take them and pop them in. And then there will be one more card, which is the outcome from another deck, but I don't want to put that down until we get to the very end. So, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 6 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, so that's the trap. So you're trapped 1846. That's a long time ago you got trapped. So the Earth Keeper and the Serpent, tigers. Have a little look at those beautiful cards. So, internal work is almost like it's poison to you. You don't want to do it, tigers. That's really interesting. Snake is about shedding skins. This card also has, I always see a sense of removal of toxicity going on in this card. So, it's energy work, it's internal energy work, it's connecting your soul, your molecules and your energy, your emotions. It's just interesting that you have no emotions. You're just a really cold predator. No, you've got 1 wand, 2 wands, a little bit of fire, and then you have pentacles. There's something about the real world. Let's hope we understand by the end what this is. So the first part of your frequency trap is removing toxicity, but this is internal work. It's like you really don't want to do this internal work. Why? Let's move on. The other half of your trap is the Earth Keeper. I'm getting that energy of holding on, because you've got pentacles. They're all in tarot. Wands, cups, and swords are all internal. The only suit that deals with external work is the pentacles. When we've done all that thought processing, that shadow work, we go back out into the real world. It's like you're only in the real world. It's like, I don't mean that permanently, but what I mean is that there's a signature within you that's stopping this transformation. So there's a big element of the eclipse energy. This Earth Keeper it's an ancient spirit that's been reawoken in the earth recently, and I'm getting a kind of huge heat from this card. Like you're I want to say too grounded, but that's not what I mean. It's like you're burning with desires that you can't put your finger on. And it's like a toxic energy within you. So we've got this. It's a really, I'm not trying to be difficult or mean or anything, but you will solve this. But you've got to deal with the toxicity that's somehow trapping you. So let's go to where you start. You start life. You see, obviously, this card always has a sense of traffic lights, but that's not what it's saying today. This is about, I'm getting that sense of the Norns, Norns, They're the three, they're from Norse mythology, and they weave the tapestry of all time. So there's a word I want to use that's slipping my mind, partly because it's a word that I don't like very much, but they're saying it's that they represent that, but obviously I don't need to use it because I can't find the word. I get it. It's like you're content, tigers, to let everybody else weave and knit the world together for you, and you're just holding it up. It's not like you're participating in the internal, emotional, thoughtful weaving of your life. You start each time going, look at what I've got. No, look at what I've got. Interesting energy. And you are woven into the go light colour, the green. You are woven into that mandala. And it's really, oh my goodness. That's so strange. I've never noticed that before. This one has no hand. Because you almost want no hand in creating your own spiritual pathway. It's like you want someone else to do it all for you. Don't know what that's about. Let's move on though. We have now as your second step on your internal journey that you're not doing. You've got the Four of Pentacles, and it's interesting. I was studying this card last night, and now I know why, because they want me to point out the very thing I couldn't see properly, and I was trying to photograph it and magnifying it. There's things that are dear to you in life, and you're hanging on to them so hard. I now wish I had looked up this rune. I'm not a great rune reader, and she has a rune earring, so you might want to look up the rune earring and check it out in there. I don't know if you can see it. So what I'm looking at, it's not that I didn't look up the rune, it's this little crowd of people down here. They're the Norns. This is fate, spirit, guides, everything. These three that you're not participating with properly. It's like, no, it's all right. They've made me they've woven me and they've stitched me a really lovely bag, and I love it. I love my life, and actually, I don't, I don't want to do anything else internally. I'm quite happy in this energy frequency. And then the Norns, spirit, everything's going, you need to shed this attitude. You need to start to change things. And then your brain goes, I need to start to change things. I do. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And you begin to grow. You find that connection. But again, your connection is not with your emotions. It's not with your thoughts. It's not with your passions. It's possessiveness somehow. It's you're trying to manifest material things rather than spiritual. So it's the Seven of Pentacles. Sorry, you need to see. So look, you've got this manifesting magic. You're gifted. You've got joy. All of the things that have been planted by the Norns that are rooted into your world and your life, they're growing, but they're not growing fully because you're not looking at the emotional language, you're not facing that. You've got your eyes shut. Oh my goodness, you've got your eyes shut. Really shut. You don't want to look at things. Oh, and you're shutting the next one as well. My. You need to change these things. So, your first step, card number 8, into the external world. I've just put them the wrong way around. So you start trying to manifest things that you want to possess, and your solar plexus, I'm hearing greed. I'm finding these all a bit weird. It's like spirit's really poking you because this is a big eclipse energy. They're giving good endings every time, but they're really getting a little pokey stick in. Every single pokey stick is down here with this Seven of Wands. This sense of greed, sense of sitting in your own world, it's this energy. It's this again. So you come down your journey, you're not listening to the Norns. They've made you a nice life, and you're sitting there in your nice life, and you're trying to manifest new material things to enjoy, beautiful objects and all of that kind of thing. And then you're taking that spiritual energy that you think you're on, even though you're thinking of it as material gains, not spiritual gains. And your first reflection into the real world again is greed again. What's going on, tigers? So you're sitting there, and yet you're in flow. This is the strangest thing. You are materializing all these things that you want. It's almost like your gifts as a manifester are holier than Abraham Hicks. You're just in there doing it, and then you reach this barrier, the Earth Keeper. You see, now the Earth Keeper's not looking very happy with you. And it's bringing a new energy to you. The Earth Keeper's coming, it's a divine 9. You've got a 10 here, a completion and a new beginning, which is what creates this energy to work spiritually, even though you're working in the wrong frequency spiritually. But the Earth Keeper's coming along to try and correct that frequency. So the Earth Keeper keeps coming along with a big kind of pow. All the pokey sticks now are actually on you. You know, I want to say, oh, interesting. I want to say that the world, the Norns are knitting a new future. This is like all the knitting needles, all these pokey sticks that were just down below you are all coming into focus to help you see your journey forwards. And as you move forwards, you keep going, look what I've got, look what they made for me, I really like this, and you're back at the beginning again. That's very odd energy. Anyway, that's your trap. What's the solution? So you have a divine 9 number, 2 and 7, and you have 33. We're going to begin with the divine 9 frequency of Hunter, because this is an energy that you let go of. Hunting, this energy is very confused, a bit like you. So this energy is very confused. It's trying all the time to hunt around, to seek, to find, to search. But again, it's that sense of materialism. And actually what's coming in is divine inspiration, which is what this is. This energy that comes in every time Spirit, the Norns, Source, creates a brand new tapestry, weaves and knits together everything to bring focus to you, but ordinarily you go back to the beginning of holding up the thing that's already been made, that you possess. And this time, the Spirit is weaving everything together and it's giving you divine 33, which is the master number, a magical turning point. Absolutely love this card. This is the divine feminine replacing the emotional masculine, and that's interesting because it's not raw masculine with you. It's not that you're not emotional. You are, but your focus has been in the wrong place. This is the divine feminine coming in to absolutely correct the imbalance within you, which is good. So, where is the imbalance going? And now you see, we have the emotions. Once this divine feminine energy comes in, this power point is bringing you queen of emotions to absolutely, this magical divine intervention is bringing around this change. There's pomegranate earrings, which is that sense of being in balance, 6 months in the underworld, 6 months above. It's again, I'm getting this energy that you've got to start doing proper shadow work, not half-hearted shadow work. I'm not trying to be mean or critical of you, but do it. There's a lot of radiating energies from the crown, third eye, crown. It's like just step into the emotions. Look, above her head, this is you finally stepping into the seas, the oceans, the pools of water, and having your awakening. And that's the next card, the awakening. This is such a beautiful card. Absolutely so beautiful. So you can see this energy here shining out. And here it is again, shining out, a new projection, a new emotional language with a higher heart in combination with the lower heart. And the lower heart's the material heart. This is the emotional upper heart. You know, the love of material objects has been very clear throughout your reading. This is when you start to get a love for emotional things. And that stepping into the 2020 rather is the awakening. It's a gateway. This is the card, the awakening card is judgment. It's the passing through the portal, this massive gateway that's opening with the solar eclipse. So you're being given all the beautiful chances to do this. That's what's so wonderful. And then we have two more cards. We have the Three of Emotions, which is happiness, joy, sun and the moon in their hands. There are three figures, and this is like in this Queen of Emotions, when you finally step into the water and immerse yourself in, remember, water's the Akashic records, it's emotions, it's psychic work. It's almost like you've just been not allowing it to happen. You're fully in the water, fully aspecting. Every part of you is now functioning properly. And then you have a Divine 9 ending. I'm sorry, I did say, but they're holding the sun and the moon. They're telling you, do this with the eclipse, but don't wait for the eclipse. You've got to start looking at your emotions, and then your energy moving forwards is blissful. It's to be in balance with your higher self and your divinity, and allowing the energy that we started with, this wonderful orange at the top, self-love, to flow down and to actually nourish you as you sleep. It's a really lovely card. The Nine of Voices in this sense is to be totally in bliss with your thoughts for the first time in your life, they want me to say. So, Tigers, what's your outcome? What's the outcome, please, for Tigers? Well, it just dropped straight out. It's a lovely world card. Between worlds, new directions. The outcome is to actually move on. It's not that it's not saying, here comes the eclipse and boom, you're in a new world. You still got to work on your emotions. You've got to do the shadow work of these emotions. But this journey forward is so full of happiness. And it's, take your time. Turtle is a wonderful spirit, and Turtle's staring you right in the eyes. There's a whole sense of union, energy spinning, newly formed hexagons. I want to say to you, look up the Saturn hexagon tornado, which is interesting because the huge tornado above the North Pole in Saturn, which has just grown in height, used to be blue and it's just gone golden, and there's honeycomb cells in there. There's some kind of better connection with the natural world that you've never experienced before, that is now coming towards you. So that's really rather beautiful. So I'm just looking down at your cards and the energies in them. The overall energy's so happy, but you do have to get with the knitting program that the Norns have been weaving for you and move this forward. Allow the divine magic to come in and trust it. Okay, that's your message, Tigers. What's so?